Let's go Broncos! Something big is happening in Broncos country. And no, this isn't just hype. It's the kind of change of pace that can change the entire trajectory of a season. But before I tell you everything I know, and trust me, you won't want to miss a second of what's to come, be sure to like this if you're orange and blue. If you've been a Broncos fan for over 20 years, comment right now. Go, Broncos! My heart bleeds orange and blue. And hey, if you're new to the bandwagon, don't be shy, leave a go, Broncos. We believe in the comments so we know you're with us. Okay, now buckle up. What I'm about to share isn't just about injuries, trades, or rivalries. It's about a storm brewing beneath the surface of a team that may be waking up at just the right time. Locker room secrets, drama spilling over into the media, a potential end to a great Broncos era, and a game against the Dallas Cowboys that could redefine who we are in the eyes of the entire NFL. Stay tuned, because things are about to get serious. Your Denver Broncos, riding high on a 4-game win streak, just got a wave of phenomenal news that could push them to a 5th straight victory. Almost the entire roster was present and practicing, a rare sight this deep into the season when most NFL teams are looking like walking injury reports. Outside of Dre Greenlaw, who we'll get into in a moment, everyone was suited up. That's an incredible sign of where this team's at physically, and that goes back to Sean Payton's hard-hitting, full-effort training camp that has paid massive dividends. Let's start with a few standout updates. Kyrie Rowan is back. Yes, that Kyrie Rowan, camp standout, electric speed, and that unforgettable preseason interception when it looked like the ball was being tossed away. He's back on the practice squad, and this move could have real impact. With Dre Greenlaw suspended and unable to even practice, his spot is open, and Rowan could find himself returning kicks alongside Marvin Mims. That's an intriguing possibility, especially after that disastrous R.J. Harvey kick return miscue that set up awful field position for Bo Nix and the offense. Rowan's return is a low-risk, high-reward move that shows this staff is thinking one step ahead. Then there's Mike McGlinchey. If you saw that man get rolled up on and still return to the game, you know exactly what kind of warrior we're dealing with. For him to be back at practice, with no indication that he'll miss time against Dallas, is straight-up heroic. And speaking of key returns, Jonah Ellis is back in action. You can't overstate what that means for our defensive front and special teams. His presence allows Sean Payton and Vance Joseph to rotate guys like Dar Tillman and Jonah Ellis into the mix, relieving pressure from Jonathan Cooper and Nick Benito. This is the type of depth championship teams need. And let's not ignore the state of other NFL squads right now. Just look around, Chargers, 49ers, you name it, their injury reports read like novels. But the Broncos? We're nearly full strength heading into a crucial matchup with the Dallas Cowboys. But now we have to talk about Dre Greenlaw's suspension. It's outrageous. His appeal was denied, meaning not only can't he play, he can't even practice. All this over a comment that barely made headlines until the NFL issued a statement. Compare that to a Detroit Lions player punching someone on live TV and only getting a 1-game suspension, and it feels like we're living in a simulation. Sean Payton didn't mince words, even if he played it safe publicly. His response? Yeah, but none that matter or none that I can say. You know he's biting his tongue. And this is a huge loss, particularly when you consider how Greenlaw shut down Travis Kelce in a Super Bowl until his Achilles gave out. Without him, we're relying on Stronard to step in and neutralize tight end Jake Ferguson, who, by the way, already has 50 receptions and 6 touchdowns in just 7 games. Ferguson is a monster in the red zone and after the catch. So while I feel confident about Pat Certain taking care of C.D. Lamb and Riley Moss handling George Pickens, the question remains, who's guarding number 87? This isn't just about talent, it's about matchups, and the Cowboys present them at every level. The linebackers are going to be tested, big time. We need them not just to hold up but to be surgical in coverage. As for the offense, it's Bo Nix's time to shine. We're calling it Bot-Ober now because this dude turns it up in October. Through this month alone, he's thrown for nearly 2,000 yards, completed 63% of his passes, rushed for almost 300 yards, and accounted for 15 total touchdowns. And the month's not even over. With the Cowboys boasting the best offense in football but the worst defense, this game is going to be all about execution and starting fast. We can't wait until the fourth quarter like we did against the Eagles and Giants. We have to put up 30 points, plain and simple. Then there's the Russell Wilson drama. After Payton made a seemingly harmless comment post-game about hoping the quarterback spark wouldn't kick in until after the Broncos played the Giants, Russell tweeted, "Classless, but not surprised. Didn't realize you're still bounty hunting 15 years later. Let's ride." First of all, Russ, you gave us let's ride. We didn't ask for it. We just had to roll with it so you wouldn't look foolish. The shade you're throwing now? That's on you. Let's pick up right where we left off. If we're going to talk about readiness for a Super Bowl push, we need to focus on what the Broncos are doing right and why this version of the team feels different. For starters, Sean Payton has clearly built a culture that emphasizes resilience, accountability, and execution. That's not just talk, you're seeing it reflected in the discipline on the field, the late-game heroics, and most importantly, the overall health of the team. When you're heading into Week 8 with a nearly clean injury report, that's not luck, that's preparation. Bo Nix is settling into his role in a way that should have every Broncos fan fired up. He's showing poise in the pocket, leadership off the field, and a growing connection with this offensive unit that's hard to miss. His October numbers are no fluke, and it's not just the yards and touchdowns, it's the moments. The clutch drives, the quick reads, the confidence to run when needed. That Bodober nickname isn't just catchy, it's starting to feel prophetic. But even with Nix rolling, this upcoming matchup with the Dallas Cowboys is a true test. Dallas comes in with the league's most explosive offense, and they're not shy about letting it fly. The Broncos defense will need to be in playoff form to contain that attack. Pat Surtain versus CeeDee Lamb? That's must-watch football. And Riley Moss taking on George Pickens? Another key battle. But again, it's that middle-of-the-field matchup with Jake Ferguson that will decide if the defense can truly hold up. Stronard stepping into Greenlaw's shoes is no small task, but if anyone's built for it, it's him. The guy is a monster against the run and has shown flashes in coverage. He'll need the game of his life here, especially when Ferguson is used creatively in the red zone and over the middle. Expect Vance Joseph to throw a few wrinkles and to keep Ferguson in check. Maybe some hybrid safety looks or bracket coverage, but execution is going to be everything. And let's not forget how big of a spotlight this game will be under. The national coverage map confirms it. This is the late game everyone's going to be watching. That means pressure, but it also means opportunity. This is a statement game. This is where the Broncos tell the world, we're for real. The uniform throwbacks? A perfect touch. The fans in Empower Field are going to be loud, and that home field edge matters, especially when we're talking about a Dallas team that's proven they can light it up, but have also shown cracks under pressure. Now, shifting back to the locker room dynamics for a moment, this team has an identity, and that identity isn't tied to any one player, especially not the ghost of Russell Wilson. The Wilson fallout this week? If anything, it showed how far this locker room has come. The Broncos aren't in chaos. They're not scrambling. They're laughing off tweets and lining up for wins. That's a mature locker room. That's a locker room that trusts its head coach. And Payton keeping things classy in the face of Wilson's passive-aggressive jabs? That's the tone setter this team needs. Let Russ cook? Nah. Let Bo cook. But what about the trade deadline? That still hangs heavy over the franchise. Sean Payton says he likes the roster, and with good reason. You've got ascending talent at key positions, veterans leading with grit, and a quarterback that's just starting to scratch the surface of his potential. But does that mean you pass on adding help? Especially when a few targeted moves could put you in serious contention? It's a tough call. Do you go all in now and risk long-term assets? Or do you roll with the momentum and see where this current squad can take you? That's the front office dilemma. But let's be clear, the Broncos are not rebuilding. They're winning. They're playing with heart. And they're doing it under the biggest microscope in sports. So here's the final verdict. Beat Dallas, and the conversation shifts entirely. This isn't just a hot team anymore, it's a contender. The questions surrounding Payton's leadership, Bo Nix's ceiling, the defense's consistency, those get answered loudly with a win over the most productive offense in the league. The playoffs? They'd start to look not just possible, but probable. And in a wide-open AFC, who knows how far a team like this could go when they hit their stride. Broncos country, this is your moment. This is your team. And now the world is watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. We've got a game preview video